What's up guys, Gibson Nieuwenhuis here. I am excited for you guys to be joining us for Corinth Kids Sunday School during the summers. This is going to be a cool way for us to continue to engage with you guys during the summers, so let's dive into today's lesson. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So today's story is about Samson, and to kind of engage our brains, I'm going to draw my face and put in my own hair. Shout out to my high school teacher for art, Scott Gunderson. I either thank you or apologize, depending on how this turns out. So let's get to it. Truly a work of art. So that was a fun activity. I think you guys can do that at home. So today we are actually about to wrap up the book of Judges. I know we've only been doing this for 3 weeks now, but Judges is a pretty small book, and today we want to go through and remind you of some of the judges and what they're known for. So our first one is actually one we didn't talk about necessarily, but his name is Othniel. Now, some things to know about Othniel. He was a pretty cool guy. He was the first judge. So right off the bat, the story with Othniel is the people of Israel, they're disobeying the Lord. Joshua has just passed away. All the people around Joshua have passed. And so the Lord raises up Othniel as this first judge and leader for the people. He's also, fun fact, Caleb's brother. So if you remember the story of the 12 spies from way back months ago now, the 12 spies that went into the land, there were 2 of them who said that they could take the land when they were still wandering around in the desert. That was Joshua, who we've heard a lot about, and also Caleb. Caleb was Joshua's right-hand man, and our friend Othniel here was his little brother. And so Othniel was used by God to save Israel. After Othniel died, there's this pattern in the book of Judges where the people of Israel once again sinned in the eyes of the Lord. And so this guy named Ehud was brought up. And we didn't talk about Ehud, but Ehud is one of my favorite characters in the book of Judges. So one of the cool things about Ehud, he is a lefty. Do we have any lefties out there? Let us know in the comments if we do. You have a friend in Ehud. He is a left-handed man. He also killed a fat king. Yeah, that's right. The whole story of Ehud is that the king, when he goes to sort of bring a message from the Lord, they check his left hip for a sword, because if you're a right-handed person, you'll draw a sword from your left hip. That's why it's important Ehud's a lefty. He draws from the opposite hip. So he goes in, and the Bible tells us that the king was very fat. He was very obese. And so Ehud kills the fat king, and the sword disappears in the fat king's belly, which is crazy, right? But Ehud, like Othniel, saved Israel, and as long as Ehud was alive, Israel followed God. As is the theme in the book of Judges, though, once a judge dies, they no longer follow God, and we get this guy named Shamgar. Now, Shamgar, I think, is really cool because we only have one verse. There's only one verse in the whole Bible about this guy named Shamgar, which seems kind of crazy that someone so important would only have one verse written about them. We know that he struck down 600 Philistines with an ox goad, which is this little pointy stick right here. It's just a stick with a small metal tip. Apparently that's all he needed to free the people of Israel, and he too helped them serve God. Then we have our friend Deborah, right? Maybe you guys can fill in the comments some of the things that you remember about Deborah. Hint, we still have something from her story here with us. Next, we have, if it'll go, Gideon. What do you guys remember about Gideon? I'll give you one hint. It has to do with only 300 men, right? He did something really cool with only 300 men. So once again, just like with Deborah, throw it in the comments. What do you guys remember about Gideon? And then today, I won't spoil it too much, but we've got Samson. Samson, strongest man ever. Right? He also made some bad choices. And so if you guys go online, you get to see the story of Samson and maybe some of the ways that he made some bad choices, but God still used him for the good of God's kingdom. So I hope to see you guys next week, and I hope that you're doing well.